Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. I want to say thanks to French Quarter's Guest Apartments for being our New York City hotel. Let them be your headquarters in New York City. Go to FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next stay. That's FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next stay. I'm sitting here with Brian Jones, CBS Sports analyst, former NFL guy. What are your thoughts on the Monica Sue? $100,000 fine. Is it justified?
I think it's overly excessive.
Okay.
If you look at the play, he hit it mid-thigh.
Right.
Now, everyone's focusing on the fact that he was behind the play. Sure, he was behind the play. But, John, when you were learning how to play football, there are a couple things that were pretty understood.
Yeah, John.
Like, one, don't stand over the pile. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation.
I don't care whether I'm in it or not. I'm trying to get a pension.
There's a football player in there somewhere.
Right.
There's an athlete in there.
I played football. I played sophomore and junior year.
All right, well, you understand. You don't stand over piles.
I read the Post and the Daily News.
Don't stand over piles, and you keep your head on a swivel.
Right, of course you do.
You keep your head on a swivel. And when there's an interception, what do defensive guys do? They look for someone clock to clean.
Yeah, but they don't
but not
chop
anymore.
you.
He didn't chop him. He hit him mid-thigh.
That's a chop.
That is not a chop.
That's where you aim when you chop a guy.
You chop someone, you aim for their knees.
Did they ever no, you don't. You aim for mid-thigh and you throw your arm right through there.
You don't hit mid-thigh, though. You hit knees.
Okay, you're right.
Lower.
And he did say he was going for his waist. But still, you're not allowed to block below the waist on a change of possession play.
You can't block below the waist.
It was a dumb...
I agree. It was
a dumb play by him. I do think that he's being penalized for his past...
transgressions. I agree
transgressions without a doubt. But yeah, he should be.
You gonna put this to song?
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay. And you're gonna name this Sue?
He just seems like such
a player named Sue.
I said stop. He began to chop on my upper thigh.
I think the fact that Sullivan came out, Sullivan saying like it's not a big deal.
It's not.
You know, they talked about it. He's fine with it.
Keep your head on a swivel. You can't. I understand you want to
Dominican.
make the game safer, but that's football. You learn at an early age. Hey man, you got to make sure you're looking around, checking out your surroundings.
Keep your head on a swivel.
If Sullivan would have been injured on the play, because you know he had microfracture in the offseason.
Right.
If he would have been injured on the play, then I would have a real problem.
Microfracture.
I would
not.
Well,
you're a defensive guy.
Does Monica Sue know that?
You offensive guys know. You keep your head on swivel.
Offensive guys know.
Always looking for you, especially
Does Sue know about the microfracture?
As a center,
yes.
You think that he should be able to avoid a chop?
You've been holding me all game long.
How many centers out there? How many centers out there have ever been coached up on avoiding a chop block?
It wasn't a chop block. He went waist
He chopped him.
It was
it was a great chop.
Well, you should get coached up on it because y'all do it all the time.
First of all, it was cowardly to go low anyway.
Why do you offensive guys go low then if it's so cowardly? I agree.
I'm not going low.
You know what I always say? Hit me high. Be a man. Hit me up high.
Well, because sometimes you want to take the edge off a little bit. If he's coming full speed downhill at you, then you chop him. He's not going to come full speed downhill next time.
We agree to disagree.
There is no way. Listen, if you're in Dominican Sue, you're out there.
Him in the head, they're gonna find him anyway.
You're massive. You're strong. Why not just block him up high? First of all, why block that far behind the play anyway?
Well, I agree.
Why
but
block the
you're trying to
center?
Hunt. You go hunting.
And he
what
was.
The
and he's
say,
trying.
go hunt.
If you're looking for contact, don't get cowardly and chop him.
Oh, it's cowardly when a defensive guy goes low, but
I think it's cowardly if an offensive guy goes low. I think it's cowardly too, but sometimes you got to do it.
I teach you to bring your arm around here.
Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you have to do it.
Oh, sometimes you have to be a coward.
Yes.
Oh, okay. When it's convenient.
Yeah.
I got you.
No, there's some plays as an offensive guy where they tell you must chop on this play to get his hands down. It's a 3-step drop.
So did you go to your coach and say, Coach, I think that's cowardly.
I
do not want to chop.
I didn't want to chop.
You don't say that to Nick Saban.
I wasn't good at chopping.
Really?
I didn't like chopping. No. I would.
We used to practice for those chop blocks all the time. You have to be an athlete.
Yeah.
What else you want to know, homeboy?
Well, chopping. Well, are you saying he's not an athlete?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. What else you want to know, Roy Clark?
I don't know. This got to be a very deep discussion. I mean, clearly you guys are passionate.
Okay. How about this one? This week we've got no real massive games aside from the Manning brothers.
I got my 5-star lock of the week, Colts.
No, one of my Super Bowl picks, Seattle. taking on San
Oh,
Francisco.
okay. You're right.
That's a big-
That's
That's a
big
great game.
That's a big game.
Russell Wilson versus Kaepernick.
That's up in Seattle.
yeah.
Right.
I like San Francisco, although it doesn't seem like anyone ever wins up there in Seattle.
That's true. That place will be loud,
Including
extremely.
Seattle.
What do you
And
mean?
they're so good. But last week I was mystified by the fact that it took Seattle till the fourth quarter to put that game away. And Carolina, if not for a D'Angelo Williams fumble inside at the plus 10-yard line, they would have been. They could have had that game.
Well, it's opening weekend, and of course you're not hitting on all cylinders, even though it looked like Kaepernick was. He was fantastic.
I'll say.
I think the Carolina Panthers are going to be a better team this year.
Defensively, I was astounded. And Star Lotulelei,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you say
Out of
his
Utah,
name exactly.
right?
Yeah, he's a star.
Lotulelei.
Wow, he looks pretty good,
Yeah,
man.
he's big
There were
body.
questions about him because of like his heart
Well,
coming out or
that
something.
and his effort. Same thing they're saying about Jadeveon Clowney now. Does he go every play?
Yeah,
And
well,
there's a reason
doesn't
you
look like
rotate those guys in and out because you want to keep them fresh. Mm-hmm. And if you want to keep them fresh, that means sometimes they get unfresh.
Before we go to
Star
commercial,
looks
before we go to
good.
commercial,
Yes.
I'll end with this thought before commercial. I wish Pat Summerall were live just to hear him say one time, Jadeveon Clowney, the Artie Lange Show. After that. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. With us is Brian Jones, CBS football analyst, all-around sports guy. What about Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel?
Hey,
He's
heading
annoying.
down.
How long before he's in a buddy comedy with Corey Feldman on Showtime?
I'm heading down to College Station enemy territory
Ladies
tomorrow.
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your biggest rivalry, or Oklahoma, or Nebraska?
No, Oklahoma. It was
Oklahoma or A&M?
A&M. And it used to be Arkansas as well when we were in the Southwest.
Nah, but it was all. But
Conference.
I remember Keith Jackson going, and here come the Aggies against Texas, the Longhorns.
What, say that? What did you
And
say?
here come the Aggies,
No, say the other one.
Longhorns.
Well, you didn't say it like that.
Here come the Longhorns.
Thank you.
But he never said that. He goes, here come the Aggies.
He would never say, "Here come the Longhorns."
No.
No.
He'd just say Longhorns.
Because usually the Longhorns were in front. The Aggies would be coming back for a big win.
We like to be in front.
Brian Jones.
The view doesn't change much unless
Brian
you're the lead
Jones,
dog.
the 6'5" senior out of Lubbock, Texas, 238 pounds. He's got no handles on him. And he moves from north to south about as smoothly as water running down a commode. He just got a woman pregnant here in Lubbock. She's 18 years old, and there will be a fatherless child growing up in Texas while he goes to UCLA to get his rocks off on the Sunset Strip and party with the likes of Marcus Allen and O.J. Simpson. He'll learn how to smoke the heebie-jeeba. Get a house in the Dominican Republic where he got into a tax shelter. He's looking at preppy shirts. He's looking at a long, storied career in the NFL where he barely sees his child. He'll come back to go to the Texas Longhorns' fabulous defense to become the centerpiece of it. When his child asks for tickets to the game, he'll pretend he's never met him. He'll say, I don't know you or that crazy woman you call your mother. And after coming out on a red shirt, not officially getting a degree, he'll go into the NFL. And he'll come back and get some degree in God knows what afterwards. I believe mechanical drawing is where his degree is. And then he'll become a CBS sports analyst,
Oh, this is priceless.
where he will then rule the sports analyst world with the likes of Brent Stover.
Oh, no.
Who, quite frankly, during their partnership looked like an enormously scared white man. Who is a born-again Christian from Kansas, who could not get a word in edgewise on the show because Brian would hog the show with his enormous African-American opinions out of Lubbock, Texas. He is an absolute dream on the air. We love him. We love him on the field. We love him on the air. We love him as an analyst. We love him as a guest on the Artie Lange Show. And this broadcaster wants to say welcome to the dropout out of Lubbock, whose child is now having his 50th birthday party outside a barbecue in Lubbock.
I just sent her and her husband on a cruise.
Oh, her and her husband on a cruise.
Yeah, they're
Isn't that
on the
one?
ocean.
Isn't payback a bitch? I wasn't there for your entire childhood. Here's a Carnival cruise for your 50th birthday. I hope this makes up for all the years I was at UCLA hitting on disgustingly sensual strippers on the Sunset Strip. All the years I was at the Whiskey A Go-Go and the Viper Room with Johnny Depp while you were crying at a fatherless birthday party.
Oh, Chateau Momo.
Where you got a big wheel from a person who was your father, not knowing you were not a boy. You got a big wheel. And now, after setting record after record in college, you get a cruise with you and your husband after just meeting
They
each other.
asked for it.
They wanted a cruise.
They wanted to go on a cruise.
They said something that you'll not be able to
nice.
get to us on. Merry Christmas. This is Keith Jackson with a profile on another great, great college football player, Brian Jones. All right, we're gonna have a band and stick around. We got no other guests.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want to
going
stick
to
around?
bed. I gotta catch a flight.
You don't
to
want to stick
College
around?
Station.
All right, you gotta catch a flight. The great
gotta
Brian
work.
Jones. The great Brian Jones. Come back soon. The Artie Lange.
I will.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.